Hi everyone, welcome back to Loca-Love, Volume 2, Episode 4. So we learned a lot about Aritagawa Neo and some history and also why she's afraid of approaching other classmates. And it's because she's a granny's girl. So she was raised by her grandmother and she admires her grandmother, but as a result, she feels old-fashioned, out of date, and if she was to approach other classmates, they might ridicule her for not getting in with the times. So I'm sure this is where our main character, Ichitaro, should step up and help her and make her not feel ashamed for sticking with her old traditions. So let's see how it goes. So the morning sky is an endless expanse of blue. Okay. Oh, so we're on the platform. So the weather is supposed to get pretty bad later today, right? Yeah, so there is a typhoon coming. So since then, every time I've seen Aritagawa on the train, I've felt no difficulty talking to her. And every time I have, Aritagawa has responded to me completely naturally. Well, at least she's still her blunt self, but she is willing to talk to me. And it's a change that sets my heart aflutter every time I see her. But I'm sure there's still quite a bit of ways to go for Ichitaro to get closer to her. And after all, she still does not talk to anyone else in the classroom, and no one at school knows that we talk like this. So it's our special little secret, and what guy would not be a little giddy over this? And the commute to and from school used to feel so incredibly long and tedious, but now, if anything, it feels like the hour goes by far too quickly, and I'm almost wishing for delays every day, as selfish as that is. But what happens if Aritagawa is not on the same train as Ichitaro? I'm sure that one boring hour is going to come back. So chucking to myself, I pull out my pass case at the ticket gates. Okay. So something small falls gently out of it. So I wonder what it is. Oh, so the luck charm. So the charm that Yachio gave me, and it must have come out of my case thanks to the rattling of the train. So did you see that? I scrambled to pick it up and turn around nervously. So I hope Aritagawa did not see what just fell out from my pack. And it'll be more than just embarrassing if Aritagawa realized I am walking around with a charm for luck in love. And it'll be absolutely mortifying. And I think she did notice it. I don't know why, but Aritagawa looks stunned. Wait, so Aritagawa? So I'm sure she did see what just happened, and she's trying to cover up by saying, hey, you're blocking the ticket gates, so don't hold up the crowd. Okay, sorry. And in the end, Aritagawa did not say anything about the charm, but I'm sure she knows he has the charm somewhere. And her expressions give it away. So instead, she's just as silent and sullen as she normally is. So is something wrong? So why are you looking depressed? Well. Well, I'm supposed to ask you. So I wonder what kind of expression Ichitaro is giving Aritagawa Neo. Wait, so why is it that's my line? Okay, so she reveals that, well, I saw your charm. Yeah. Okay, now she brings it up. So I'm sure this is a quieter area, less crowds, so it's more comfortable for her to talk about it here, as opposed to... as opposed to being on the platform. It's like, well, do you really believe in religion so much that you would go with this charm? And she knows what this charm is for. Well, I'm sure it's famous, so the charm to get into a relationship and the misfortune that comes with it. Hey, so I only accepted this charm because Yachiyo foisted it on me. And it's not like I really believe in it. Wait, that was not what happened. So, if you remember, he was desperate to get closer to this girl, to the point where he's willing to take a risk, and he desperately asked Yachiyo to hand him a charm. So it was Ichitaro who wanted it. Well, is what I want to say, but... well, I feel like I am being rude to Yachiyo, and he's pretty much lying about what happened. So, is there something wrong with it? And in the end, my answer just makes it sound like I am accepting whatever Aritagawa said. And this only makes her brow furrow even more. Oh, so I thought you're dating Kojiko, right? So that's Kojika Hiwa. Wait. So why will you think that? That's true. But she's just that friendly with everyone, so it's normal for her, and there's nothing special between us. Well, this is starting to feel like I am being interrogated. But I can't just let this misunderstanding go uncorrected. Well, you wouldn't know this, but she's always glaring at me like I've done something wrong, and I'm not sure if she knows she's doing it, but she always seems to be angry with me. So that means that you're not dating then? No, so definitely not dating. So get that out of your head.
あの子あんな可愛くていい子で胸だって大きいのに。
So why not? So she looks like the perfect girl. So friendly, charming, and a nice body. But the truth is, I'm not. Well, there's nothing inaccurate about what Aritagawa is saying about Kojika, though I would include the glaring as well. But I won't lie. So it's not like I have not thought that it would be nice to be with this girl. Okay, so the one that I'm interested in the most is Aritagawa. Well, maybe I am getting a little too... Oh, sorry, I went too fast. So let's see what he just said. So maybe I'm getting too ahead of myself. Okay. But lately, I've started to realize something. So it's like right now, she does not feel as out of my league as she used to. So at least we're on speaking terms. So that's a start. And it's almost as if she might be someone I could have a chance with. And then I spend the rest of the journey turning that thought over in my mind, unable to say a word to her. And same goes with Aritagawa. So she spends the journey mysteriously silent. So I find it interesting that Aritagawa Neo is kind of jealous about, well, you know, I thought you were with Kojika Hiwa because she looks sweet and kind, and she has a body that would easily attract anyone. But I'm sure if Aritagawa is smiling more, then she could be on the same level as Kojika Hiwa. And also, this is volume 2, so we've already seen how it goes if Ichitaro picks Kojika Hiwa. So, anyways, after what seems like an eternity, school finally ends. Oh, so it's now looking very gloomy, so the sky is gray and it looks kind of dark. So I think I might just go home before it starts raining. And I gaze up at the cloudy sky, mumbling to myself. And just as we split off from each other in the mornings, we walk separately to the station from school, even though we are taking the same exact route. So I think Aritagawa is trying to not make it suspicious that she's approaching Ichitaro, and if they walk together, I'm sure the classmates, well, they'll be jealous, and I wonder what they're going to do. So maybe question them or spread bad rumors.
天気家までギリギリ持ちそうじゃない。
But it looks like they meet up at the platform still. There you go. So we meet up as always at the station. So the platform. And we've just naturally started doing this, since she would always completely ignore me until we got there anyways. And I don't know why she feels the need to do so, but I don't really want or intend to voice my displeasure. and I would rather just value the chances we do get to talk.
何笑ってるの？
And during the whole time, Aritagawa is wondering, so why are you staring into the gray sky? Sorry, I was just thinking the exact same thing a second ago. So what is it?
そう。
So the way this line goes, it's almost like we are running away from the storm. So I hope we manage to outrun it.
本当ね。
I guess. So hopefully, fingers crossed. And as always, I am too happy about the fact that we're going home together to really worry about little things like this. Well, I'm sure this storm is not little. And it's this kind of thing that really makes me think I might already feel something for Aritagawa.
これで電車がすぐ来るわけじゃないのがじれったいところだけど。
But then again, the train might be delayed because of the storm, so it's having trouble. And so she combs her hair back with her fingers as she mumbles this. And the seductiveness of that movement, well, the delicacy of the contours of her face in profile, and the proud voluptuous of her lips. And furtively gazing at her from the side like this, my heart begins to throb in a manner ever so slightly different to how it usually beats. And there's something about her face, her presence, and her body. And he looks down, so my eyes, usually drawn to her inexorably to her legs, even start to notice the surprising ampleness of her bosom. Gold? So it looks like she's kind of on the same level as Kojika Hiwa.
何葵？
Hey, so what's wrong? No. Well, I'm a little, thirsty, so I'm going to buy a drink.
そう。
Okay then. And I hurriedly buy a bottle of tea from a vending machine purely as an escape from her questioning and the strange feeling that is welling up inside me. And then I drink it down, gulp after gulp, trying to wash it away. Well, if he drinks too fast, it's going to be bad for his body and his stomach. Well, we're going to be sitting across from each other for the next hour, so I can't be focusing on something that could make this awkward. And in some ways, that would prove to be a worry I need not have entertained. Okay, so they are now on the train, and you can see outside that it's raining pretty hard, plus the gray, cloudy sky. So, not long after the train leaves the station, the weather takes a dramatic turn for the worse. And with no other choice but to stay on the train and keep going, both of us began to feel uneasy. So this looks bad, and I'm not sure if the train will successfully make it to our destination. So the two of us could not feel awkward even if we tried, and we're both too busy watching the growing storm out the window with increasing concern. And as always, the car begins to empty out as we move further and further away from the city. and finally we are alone. Okay, this is really bad. So as the train rounds a bend in the mountains, a fierce crack of lightning rattles the car. And the lights flicker out and the train comes to an abrupt stop. So I think it's one of those fail-safe mechanisms that got activated.
ただいま河川への落雷により緊急停車しております。
Okay, so that's not good news.
こういうことってあるんだ。
Well, I guess so. So it was probably just a precaution. So as soon as they check everything and it's okay, I'm sure we'll be moving again in no time. Well, I don't think this is a easy problem to fix. Well, at least that's what I thought. Okay, so I think it's been a while and the train is still stuck. And it's making both of them worry, so nothing is happening at all. And an hour later, there's still no signs of movement, and even the lights have yet to come back on. Well, I'm hoping that, or they should have some emergency lighting that would light up no matter what, and if there's no power, it would be backed up by onboard battery. And that's a safety requirement for most places. So at least the exit signs have to be light up, even if there's no power. But anyways, okay, the rain out the window is now a violent torrent, so it's even worse now. And the few other passengers still aboard seem to cluster around the conductor's compartment, 2 cars behind us. I don't think complaining is going to make this go any faster. That's true.
本当にね。
And I'm not surprised. Okay, so at all by Aritagawa's reaction to the situation. And even now, her expression is unchanged and she's showing no signs of panicking. Well, that's good. So I feign being unfazed as possible, so I can't be the one falling apart here and causing a scene. So I have to stay calm. I can't be the first person to show emotions because it'll make me look bad compared to her. And maybe it's just me wanting to look like a big, strong guy for her. There you go. And not the insecure version I really am. But it helps to get through this. I guess there's nothing to do but wait and hope for the best. That's true. Wait, so is something wrong?
喉が渇いたなって。
I'm thirsty. I see. So there's not much we can do about that, I guess. So there are not any buffet cars on local services like this, and obviously there are no vending machines either. Well, hopefully the train will move again and she can get something from a vending machine when we arrive at the station. Wait, hang on. So the thing is that this is like a short commuter train, so they're not expecting passengers to be on this train for hours, and that's why there's no buffet cars or vending machines. But anyways, okay, yeah. So do you want the rest of this then? And it might just be that she's putting on the appearance of being calm, but on the inside, she's actually thirsty from being nervous. And in that case, she can't really just wait. And I do have some of that tea left over that I bought at the station. Well, I've already drank from this, but it should be okay, right? No. And I'm sure we know why, because... So, surprisingly, she vehemently refuses my offer. There you go. So, if I drink from the same bottle that you drink, it's like you giving me an indirect kiss. Well, I know that, but still, so you're thirsty and that's all I can do to help you. And I thought it might be okay since it's an emergency. And since we've grown so much closer lately, I don't think she'll be really mad about that kind of thing. But I still feel that he has quite a bit of ways to go before he starts doing this. And it still feels like he's distant from Aritagawa, Neo. Well, she's that against the idea of a kiss with me. Well, I guess I've got a long way to go. And my mood sinks a little, so I've really got to respect the distance she wants to keep between us from now on. And I put the tea bottle away and sit cursing myself. So wait, I made her upset, and that ruined the progress that I made at trying to get closer to her. And then time passes by. Okay, so it is obvious that this situation is a lot worse than what Ichitaro and maybe Aritagawa thought. So it's now dark and they still haven't moved. So several hours later, the train is still stranded in a now pitch black landscape. There you go. And according to what we've been told by the conductor and what we've read on the news, not only has the lightning blown out the overhead cables, but a landslide down the line is also blocking our path. So it is really bad. And normally in this situation, they would dispatch a replacement bus to take us to the next station, but so the lightning struck just as we were heading through a mountain pass, nowhere near any roads at all. Well, I'm sure it's not that far, and if it is, all they need is more help to get the passengers from the train car to the bus. So outside the car, the wind and rain are still lashing, and even if we could be reached by road, it would be too dangerous to move us in the storm, so we really are out of luck. So I'm sure this storm, it's bad for buses too, because 1, the roads are slippery, and 2, it's hard for the driver to see where he's going, and the high winds make it very dangerous to make it up here. So, this is looking pretty bad. And I say this without thinking, so I finish the last swig of the tea. And I turn to look back at Aritagawa. Well, of course, as always, she's perfectly what? That doesn't look perfect. Oh, so since the last time I looked at her, there's something different about her, and she seems to be wriggling around her. So, okay, so what is wrong? Well, so what's with that kind of response? She glares at me piercingly. So, not good.
そうして飲み物飲んでたあんたが平気で、私の方が。
So I think she did take a few sips from that tea that Ichitaro bought. Wait, so you or do you?
ちょっとお花摘んでくる。
Okay, so it means she needs to use the restroom. So she quickly stands up and marches into the next car. So it seems she's got a pretty small bladder. Well, that's not something to make a comment of. Okay, she's probably been holding it in and hiding it until now, and she's probably embarrassed if I know about this. So, is she done? So, I've hardly finished that thought when she suddenly returns. Wait, so that was a little quick, wasn't it?
3人並んでた。誰か粘ってるみたいで、すぐは無理っぽい。
So there is a long wait, and I stand up and peek into the next car, and sure enough, there is a line building up. And I wonder if there is another restroom on this train. So I'm sure there's at least 2 or maybe 3, but still, there's a line in front of them. And okay, so are you not going to wait in line?
おじさんたちと一緒に並ぶのは。
Wait, so she's being picky, so I don't want to line up with other old men. But if she really wants to use the restroom quickly, then she has no choice but to bear it. Oh yes, so that might be pretty unpleasant for her. And instead, she sits down across from me once more. So what is she going to do then? Wait, are you alright? So do you think you can hold it in? And she looks like she's in just as much discomfort as before. And it's going to be bad if she keeps it holding it in, because it's going to cause damage to her body. Well, in fact, she seems to be getting even closer to her limit, and her hips are quivering and her whole body seems agitated. And no matter how many times I check the next car, the line does not seem to go down. And I hope that people who are using the restroom aren't taking their sweet time and really holding up the other passengers. Well, in that case, why don't I go and line up for you? So I think at this moment, it's too late, and even if he does line up for Aritagawa, she can't hold it in any longer and it'll be too late. So Aritagawa clamps her hands between her thighs and her whole body tenses up.
漏らすなんて死んでもごめんなのに。
Well, you say that, but that isn't going to make whoever is in the... I'm not sure what he means about they're open. Oh, so open up the restroom for you. So being like this is going to get them to hurry up and let you go next. Well, this situation has got to be tough on everyone, and it would be hard to ask everyone else just to let go or let her go first. I'm sure it's like, well, we have been waiting for quite a while and we can't hold it in either. And what gives her the privilege to be next or cut in line? Well, if it comes down to this, so how about we try to open the door? Well, it is the only idea I can think of. And she'd be drenched to the bone by the storm outside, but it is better than just having her underwear soaked right. And this is an emergency in more ways than one, that's obvious. And I'm sure they will forgive us for opening up the car. Well, I'm not sure about that, because if she opens up or Ichitaro opens up the car, it's going to trigger a lot of alarms. So he's going to have to use the emergency manual door release handle. And I think they'll have to have a technician reset that lever. And I think it's going to put the train out of service for even longer.
無理。もう動けない。
But anyways, it's too late and
少しでも動いたら出ちゃいそう。
she'll never be able to make it outside like this. So even this is out. So what do we do? What on earth can we do?
おばあちゃん。
My breath catches in my throat as she looks up to me almost in tears. So help me, I need something that will allow me to go to the restroom right now. Well, I got to do something about this. But what can I do? So I grit my teeth and clench my fist. Okay, so I got to think of something. And then something crunches in my mind. Hi everyone. So unfortunately, I had to cut out the next part, and it is best not to know how Ichitaro resolved Aritagawa's restroom emergency. So the only hint I'll give you is that he used the bottle that he was drinking tea out of, and that is all I'll give you as a hint. So now all this is over, let's see how it goes. So likewise, Aritagawa is embarrassed. So some time has passed.
ご迷惑をおかけしております。
Oh, so the train conductor is here, so he's checking up on everyone, making sure all the passengers are safe, and giving them assurance and updates about when they can get moving again. Ah, okay. So the train conductor comes into our car carrying what looks like a package of blankets. So does this mean what I think it is? So is it going to be long until we get moving again?
本当に申し訳ありません。 あと数時間は。
So, unfortunately, it's a yes. I see.
お客さんは体調不良ですか？
So, are you not feeling well? So, the problem is that the damage is quite significant. And besides cleaning up the mess and getting the power working again, they also have to get an all clear that it is safe for this train to get moving again. And it looks like the storm is still out there ravaging. So it means that it's gonna be quite some time before they'll get all this fixed. So the conductor anxiously addresses the silent, unresponsive Aritagawa. Well, so she's alright. So really, we're okay. I answer in her stead. She seems to have no intention of talking at all right now. Well, I'm sure it is better if Aritagawa answers the conductor directly, because that would give him better assurance that she's okay.
そうですか。では良かったのですが。
And it looks like he bought it. So, okay, that's good.
他のお客さんは車掌室のある最後尾に集まっていますので、お二人もよろしければ。
Okay. Well, I think we'll stay here, if that's okay. So,
そうですか。では、冷えてくるかもしれませんので、こちらをお使いください。何かございましたら、最後尾まで。
okay, so if you need help or if you want to join in with the other passengers, you can come to the last car. Okay, thanks. And he hands me the blanket with an even more concerned expression before walking away. So, I'm sure the conductor can sense that, I don't think Aritagawa Neo is okay as how Ichitaro puts it. But I'll leave it all to him, so if she does go worse, then I'll let him report it to us. So he must think that she's in a shock or something. Well, in a way, I suppose she is. So what now? And when I look towards Aritagawa, she immediately flushes bright red and turns away. So she must have been staring at me the whole time. Well, it was an emergency, like I said, but still, I am really, really sorry for all this. And I bow my head, and it's all I can do right now.
あんたが謝ることじゃないでしょ。
Okay. So she doesn't face me, and her voice is barely audible whisper.
なんとか助けようとしてくれたことなんだし。
Well, I understand what you were doing, so you were trying to help me, and I can't get upset about that.
I'm really sorry.
Hi everyone. So, unfortunately, I had to cut out some more, and it's because the conversation then went to, well, now that you've done it, I lost my virginity and I defied the teachings from my grandmother, and I'm no longer the pure maiden that she said I was. And I can't show myself to my grandmother ever again. But obviously, it was an emergency, and it was the best that they can do given the current circumstances. But still, so let's see how it goes from here. And first, let's hear Aritagawa. So she's like, so basically, the thing that we just did, it's only allowed if you are my future husband. And that's obviously not the case right now. So I'm struck dumb. My heart is suddenly throbbing furiously. And what does she mean by that? So, same with Aritagawa, so she falls silent. And her entire face is flushed, and she glances furtively at me. And with each look, my heart thunders in my chest. And I've seen the one place only her future husband is allowed to see. So in that case, I have to... Okay, I'll take responsibility. I speak as clearly and sincerely as I can, as if this is my oath. So I'll take responsibility for looking at you in the wrong areas. So Aritagawa's breath catches in her throat. So please let me. So I'm sure it's all too sudden for Aritagawa. So I wait for her reply, feeling my rapid heartbeat in every part of my body. And her eyes wander here and there before falling to the ground. And this car is completely silent. And all she does is give a small sneeze. So I noticed that this episode is getting quite long, so I'll leave the rest to the next episode. So it looks like Ichitaro caught Aritagawa in another desperate situation. The first one being that he had to carry her home when she was ill on a platform. And it might have been another incentive by the gods to bring him closer to Aritagawa. And obviously, on the other side, Aritagawa is still not comfortable being with Ichitaro, and obviously, she does not see him as her future husband. So, even though Ichitaro really wants to be with her, he needs to put in more effort if he wants to win her. So, we'll see how all that comes out next time.